Hello, everyone, and welcome to Draft Day, our Thanksgiving episode here, where we're drafting something unique that we've never drafted. We're not drafting movies, we're not drafting TV shows, we're drafting meals from movies and TV shows, which is going to be very fun. And I have a panel to help me out to do this on Thanksgiving. It's a food inspired draft. Why not? And I'm away on vacation, so I needed to get some stuff filmed and ready to go. So these guys are going to help me bring you this draft today. Starting first, a guy who's on draft day all the time. He's not a host of the channel, but he may as well be because he's on it all the time. We have JD here. How's it going, JD?
Hey, overworked, tired, and just ready to chill out and talk about a great draft. The real question I have for you, Dodo, is how did you rig the wheel today? That's what I
I
want to
I
know.
suppose we'll find out shortly, won't we? Introducing next, his first time here on draft day. He's one of our MCU trivia competitors. We're very happy to have him. It is Kevin. How's it going, Kevin?
Oh, hi. I've been fine. I had a quite busy day this day of release of video. Uh, Very busy, but I'm happy to be here, and I'm quite excited to draft the foods.
Yes, we're very happy to have you. Glad you signed up for this topic. It was nice to get some less because the hosts are great and they're on a lot of draft days, but it's nice to have some different blood here for
Yeah,
this draft, especially because it's such a unique and kind of one-off topic that we'll
oh,
never
yeah,
really see again. So
yeah. It's especially since I've seen enough movie TV show where I've been obsessing with their food so much. I occasionally watch YouTube channels
yeah,
involving
there you go.
recreation of those.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this was very heavily inspired by Binging with Babbage, just gotta say. So, introducing next, it's been a while since we've seen him here on Draft Day, but it is returning. His name in the MCU trivia is food related. It is pizza time, but here he is food, glorious food. It is Brian. I'll put you up there so people can see your name there. How's it going,
Yep,
Brian?
it's good. For my research, I checked a lot of people versus food topics and for my list and see how it goes tonight.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have you. And last but not least, someone who is just perfect for a Thanksgiving draft because he doesn't celebrate it. It's Malcolm. How's it going, Malcolm?
Um, I'm just glad a draft actually lined up at a time that I can actually do it.
Right, yeah, we're happy to have
Um,
you. Yeah, you've been on draft one day before. I remember the Lord of the Rings draft for sure.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be exciting to draft some foods today. I hope everyone's hungry and ready to go. I do also want to shout out Stacy, who won our previous draft for horror performances. Stacy won that one.
Good.
Congratulations. So here's how this draft in particular is going to work. There will be 5 rounds total, as always. A random draft order will be selected by a wheel right here, right now, live. The draft is snaked, meaning whoever has a 5th pick in round 1 will go first in round 2. So you got to play strategically there. For this particular draft, there's no categories. You just have to draft movie and TV meals, whether it's unique to that universe or not, or a common dish that has a notable presence in that film or show. We're not being too picky. Like, you can draft something that you can also get on a menu somewhere. It doesn't have to be totally unique, but it can be, and that's what's going to be fun about this draft. And it can be from movies or TV. We don't do a lot of drafts where it's both, so that'll be also a cool little curveball here. If anyone disagrees with the eligibility of a pick, this is a big one because we are dealing with movie foods. So if you think it's not specific enough or it shouldn't count for any reason, we can veto, but you need 3 of the 4 other people on the panel to veto in order to overturn the pick. So you can't just have one person say I veto and then it's done. 3 people have to agree to that veto. Please do
Aw.
not Please do not mention or discuss films or series until they are drafted. Don't tip picks. Obviously, if there's multiple foods from the same movie and you draft one, you can talk about that movie. But try not to list off a bunch of different foods from a certain movie or TV show if you're drafting one. Just stick with the one you drafted, just so we're not tipping picks for later. It's a surprise for the viewers and it's a surprise for us. There's a lot of strategy to this draft, so we don't want to tip picks because maybe I will have thought of something that all of you didn't, and then if I tip that pick, maybe I'll lose that pick. So I got the wheel right here. It's got all 5 of our names on it. I'm gonna go first, obviously, because JD said it's rigged, isn't it? Just kidding. We're gonna spin it, and the first person it lands on is gonna decide their place in the order. It looks like it's gonna be Kevin. First time wheel spin here. Kevin, would you like to go first, second, third, fourth, or fifth?
Look at it. You know what? I'm gonna go first on this one.
First for this one. All right, I'm a little scared because there's something I definitely want. So I hope Kevin doesn't take it. All right, who's going to be next? Well, naturally, I guess you
Surprise,
could call that some
surprise.
riggery. I'm going to go second just because if Kevin doesn't take one, I want the one I want.
I think I know which one you want.
I don't know if you know.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. It's either Malcolm or JD. Who's it going to be? Malcolm. All
Malcolm.
right, Malcolm. Would you like to go third, fourth, or fifth?
I'll go fifth.
Fifth?
Fifth,
Yeah,
he
fifth.
said.
Yes, gotcha. So Brian and JD are going to be spinning for that third and fourth coveted spot in the draft, and it looks like it's going to be JD today. Would you like to go third or fifth, sir? Or third or fourth?
I
Sorry.
will go for my general spot 3.
3. All right, so Brian is going to be in the 4 slot. Perfect. The draft is underway. Kevin, whenever you're ready, hit us with your first pick.
Okay, so there's one thing I love is sandwiches, and the one I think one of the most mouse curry one it's from the wee chef, and that is a nice cubano, a Cuban
Ooh.
sandwich of
Okay.
it's a really nice big pork ham sandwich with toasted bread, mustard, and pickles. Especially when it's in the movie Chef, it looks so glorious and mouthwatering delicious that every time I want to go somewhere that has a Cuban sandwich, I immediately had to go for it because it really just is that delicious for me. Plus,
Wow.
it's a sandwich that has pickles in it, and I love pickles.
Yeah. Well, you're in the right place. You're on the Dyl Pickle Movie Network, so I'm very happy you picked that.
Pun
Yeah,
intended.
I've never seen Chef, but I have seen the scene from Chef where he makes the cubano, the Cuban sandwich, and it does look like a damn good sandwich. So it's a good pick, especially one that you want to eat. That's what's important. You're drafting something that looks good to you. It's not just the iconography, but the temptation of it all. So that's good. Anyone else seen Chef? Love this Cuban sandwich? Know this Cuban sandwich, JD?
I actually think Chef is a very underrated movie.
Yes.
It's like right after Iron Man 2, like
Mm.
he's and kind
Jon
of the
Favreau.
nightmare that Jon Favreau, like after the nightmare that is, and
Yeah.
that was definitely on my dish. There are a couple other dishes from Chef that are on my list also, potentially if other things get taken. So yeah, good pick. That's why I was
Yep.
clapping. I was like, oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chef is one that I also do enjoy. I have another dish for the movie in my list. I'm not going to say what it is.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you haven't seen the Chef show on Netflix, it's great. And Jon Favreau cooking with other people. Like,
Cool.
over the Junior Food episode shows up there.
Oh, nice. The Chef show. Okay, I'll have to check
Yep.
that one out.
Yeah.
And Malcolm, have you seen Chef?
Yeah. I also had a different recipe from meal of mine as well that I was going to bring up, and yeah, but this is a good pick.
Cool. Yeah, so we might hear some more about Chef later, but I love the pick, Kevin. And I definitely want a Cuban sandwich now. I'm very glad my pick is still on the board. This is not just one that I think is like the most iconic food from a movie or television show, I think, but it is also one that I've always wanted to try, and I'll never be able to try it because there's a secret ingredient. There's a secret recipe for the Krabby Patty. I'm going with Krabby Patty number 2.
Ooh.
This was an easy one. As soon as I looked at all the options in front of me, I was like, I got to go with the Krabby Patty in the 1 slot if I can get it. It plays well in the graphic. I've always wondered what it would taste like. Is it going to taste like a burger? Is it going to taste like crab? Is it a mix? Is it like a crab cake?
Jelly.
Jelly, yeah, jellyfish jelly. There's probably some pickles on there too.
Yeah.
It's my namesake, so I'm very happy to get the Krabby Patty here in the 1 slot from SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm sure Kelsey will love that pick, especially too. Any thoughts on the coveted Krabby Patty? Don't give away the formula. What was that?
He stole my picks. It's on my list.
Woo! Yay! Good strategy.
Oh.
But you
It's,
forgot the pickles.
Yeah.
Yep. Bubble Bass. What's his name? Bubble Bass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where's my D-Body Baker?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Has anyone ever had like a Krabby Patty or something close to one?
I
I'm not talking about the gummies, but like
yeah,
the
that's the one I ever had.
Gotcha. Yeah. Any thoughts on the Krabby Patty? Are we fans of the Krabby Patty?
I think we all said the only reason I didn't have it on my list is because I didn't know TV was, or I forgot TV was an option. So I have no TV on my list. But if I had remembered that TV was an option, then I definitely would, because SpongeBob was like my childhood TV show. So
I did not have drafted Krabby Patty because I feel like it was one of the that it's way too popular that someone's gonna claim it. So I'm like, it's like there's no way I'm putting that on my list.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's good to go with passion sometimes, but I am passionate about the Krabby Patty. It looks nice every time it's on screen. SpongeBob, I want to eat it, even though I know it's animated and I know the secret recipe will never be shared. And it creates a lot of dramatic stakes in the show too. So, Malcolm, what are your thoughts on the Krabby Patty?
I mean, it was on my list as well, but very low down. There's a lot of other very similar meals to it that I
Gotcha.
have got. I was
Cool.
considering to.
So, JD, are you going to continue along the sandwich train, or are you going to pivot to something else? Let us know.
I am going to pivot to something else.
Okay.
So I thought you were going to go animated, Dill, with your number one choice, but I was thinking you were going to go a different route. I thought you were going to go, maybe a little more French, a little more,
don't take pics.
Ratatouille. Anyways, yes, that's what I'm going for.
Okay, I was gonna say you tipped a pick, so you better be taking it. Are you taking the Ratatouille?
The Ratatouille from Ratatouille.
Good choice.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I've never had any interest to try Ratatouille, but to the way that Anton Ego reacts to tasting that Ratatouille, it literally brings him to tears. That's something I need to have, and that's something that we all want to relive our childhood. So if that brings that to him, then I want to try that Ratatouille.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a beautiful moment, and I love the way they just cook it too. The layering of the vegetables and everything's so precise and perfect circles. It's beautiful. Anyone can cook, as Gusto says.
Exactly.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the Ratatouille? Anyone?
Yeah, it's a good pick. One of those picks that I have on my list, but I was very low down because I know someone might take it. But Ratatouille is a very, for me, like underrated Pixar movie. Like people don't really talk about that much. It's also a great attraction here. Worldwide Disney, it's a great Ratatouille attraction too.
Yeah, I need to check out the new ride because I haven't been there yet. But yeah, I agree. It was my number 2. If Krabby Patty was taken, that was going to be my 2 slot. So JD, you did a good job. Any thoughts, Malcolm, on the Ratatouille?
Yeah, I mean, there was something I was considering, but I decided not to because it brought up bad memories of a pub quiz question that
okay.
got because I had to name all the ingredients in Ratatouille according to Jamie Oliver's recipe.
Oh wow!
But apparently, it didn't have salt and pepper in it, which stuffed me up.
Oh wow, that's amazing. What kind of quiz? What class was that for?
Oh, it was for it was for like a pub quiz that I was doing. They have a round called the list. So.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, that's great. I wouldn't think to put salt and pepper, even though salt and pepper's in pretty much everything. Yeah, you wouldn't think to list that on the list of ingredients. But yeah, I mean, what is it? Eggplant, zucchini, tomato.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Pepper, I think.
Pepper, I don't know, because there's also like a sauce on the bottom. And it's a vegetarian dish, which is good. JD getting some vegetarian support here on the board, which is nice for our vegetarian friends. Kevin, any thoughts before we move on Ratatouille?
It's just feel like not on my list because it's like I'm not a fan of tomatoes. It's like it's just one of the things where I'm like I just have issues with the taste of it.
Yeah. Again, I love the approach, Kevin, of would you want to actually eat it being a factor of drafting. That's a good point. I've probably tried Ratatouille once or twice, but this movie makes me now think I should probably try it again, or try it at all because I don't even remember if I have. All right, Brian, what's going to be your first pick here in the draft?
Yeah, I'll go pick a film. One from a favorite of all time, Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
Go pick the Everlasting Gobstopper.
Everlasting Gobstopper. Nice.
The way they present it is very unique. How you can suck and kind of smaller. I always want to try it, even though they made those candies from Wonka, those little candies they released. They feel like a real Gobstopper. So this I chose for my first pick, the Gobstopper.
Nice, it's a good pick. I feel like they have branded these and actually made them real candies, right? Yeah, and I remember them always just taking. I guess it's the point, but taking too long to eat. I was like, I just want to eat it. But that's the whole. I guess the whole.
It doesn't look like the film too.
Yes. Is that the one? Actually, that would
the first movie, the G. Wilder, not the Johnny Depp.
Gotcha. Do they have it in the Johnny Depp one as well, though?
I think they do.
I'm pretty sure because it's an iconic part of the main part of that.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which kid does that take out? Does that take out any of the kids or no?
It's after Augustus.
After Augustus.
But
So
the
it's not.
invention room.
Oh, that's right. I was going to bring up one other thing, but that's a tipping of pick.
It-
But yes, something
from-
else takes out Violet, not this.
No,
This isn't the
from-
one that's true.
Yes.
Okay.
If Violet got took out by the gum, that was
Gotcha.
Gossipper with more of a test for
For
everyone
someone.
else because
Gotcha. And everyone passed that test. Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the one all the candy makers wants to steal.
That's right.
So-
Okay. Yeah, so it's like the Krabby Patty, Brian. It's like everyone wants to get their hands
Exactly.
on the recipe. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on this everlasting gobstopper? Has anyone had one?
Yeah, go on, Kevin.
I know they're called Gobstoppers. I was thinking they're. I'm like I like those. Like they're. It's more of I just want to have one and put it in my mouth. That's what she said. And then the amount of time it takes till the last ball drop. It really is good for candy.
Mhm.
And I know what I was thinking. I don't know if would it count if I put candy on the list?
Yeah, just a regular candy. Like for example, I don't think Reese's Pieces from ET would count because it's like it's just just like a bag of candy. But for this one, it's like this is a unique food to
They
that
invented it.
universe. So and he invented it, so I would count it. And it's kind of like a meal because you could just keep sucking and sucking. I guess
That's what she said.
So yeah, no, it's a good pick. Malcolm, what are your thoughts on this pick? Is this a good pick?
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of the Gobstopper thing. It's fun. I mean, it's not the one I was going to go to for this. Because like my mindset, I was thinking more of the meal aspect, like as opposed to food.
Gotcha.
But I'm not going to be a dick and attempt to be it. So
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm not going to veto it either. I like the pick. JD, any thoughts on this one?
I mean, Willy Wonka. I was scared of Willy Wonka for like a long time. It's like one of
Reasonably
those.
so.
There are a couple movies. There was like a period of when I was like, I want to say like 3 to 5, where I had really, I had sound
Sensory
issues.
issues. Yeah.
Yeah, sensory issues. So I would always like there were certain movies that I would walk into that they were watching at home, but I had no context of what it means, and it was loud and it was scary, and it just I was overloaded. So Willy Wonka doesn't really until I want to say like 5-10 years ago when I finally was able to rewatch it. So it just doesn't hold that the same spot for me as other people do. I really like the movie. I respect the movie, but it's not like, because of that, it's not like one of my, I can think of these dishes from this movie and I just want to try that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Well, there's still plenty candies out on the board if anyone else wants to take a Willy Wonka pick later, but let's not tip those candies, but we can obviously bring up the film again. So Malcolm, you're gonna get 2 picks now back to back. What is gonna be your first pick to round out round 1?
Yeah, it's kind of why I specifically wanted to be in this position because it means I can take two of my big ones out, and like none of my sort of top 10 that I haven't been taken yet, and yeah, I mean, my first pick is obviously going to be one that's that I really like, and it's going to be Sam's Stew from Lord of the Rings.
Of course.
Ooh,
and
cool.
yeah, I mean, all you need for it is some good taters, and yeah, I think this stew it looks really interesting, and I think it's something that I would love to try at some stage personally.
Yeah, you said his stew.
Yeah, the stew he was making for Gollum and all
Yeah.
that.
So do you remember what's in it? It's rabbit, right? Rabbit stew.
Yeah, rabbit. Or I think it was like
Potatoes.
Yes, potatoes, obviously. Yeah, that whole quote, the stick 'em in a stew type thing. Yeah, potatoes, carrots. I'm reading it now. Turnips, sage, thyme. It sounds good. I mean, especially in that movie too. You need something nice and hearty at that point. You've been going on a long trek, a long adventure. So it's a great pick. Lord of the Rings has some great food references or funny quotes, like the second breakfast line. Like Lord of the Rings is good food references. So yeah, it's a good pick. Didn't even have it on my list because I didn't think of it, but it's a great pick, especially for a first rounder, because people love that movie, people love that character. character, and people love the line of the potatoes. Yeah, any thoughts on Sam Stew?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan, but the stew looks very good to try. If it was real, probably take a rabbit, put maybe chicken, have like a chicken stew instead.
Yeah, that sounds good. Any other thoughts on Sam Stew?
I mean, it's a good choice. It's a good choice, but just for me personally, when I think of Lord of the Rings, I don't think of the food. So that's also playing a factor for me. Do I remember what that food? Do I like? Does that food come to mind for me? Like
Yeah.
for me personally, when that comes up, like because that and it I remember other things, so that also plays into it for me as well.
Well, first off, it is a 3.5 hour movie, and two, it's also like you don't think of the Krabby Patty first when you think of SpongeBob. But I guess as someone who picked Ratatouille, it's in the name, so I guess you get a little bit of leg up there. But I get it, yeah.
And I'll be just quick. A quick response to that. It's connected with an iconic line of Lord of the Rings, so arguably that's you
That's
do
right,
think
yeah.
of it straight.
No,
Yeah,
no,
because
no.
you're getting the potatoes as well. As
Yeah,
part of
no,
it.
no.
Yeah.
I agree. Again, it's a good choice. It didn't come to me. It's
Yeah, gotcha.
that's why
No,
it's
I
on
get it.
my
I get it.
list. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? Any thoughts for you, Kevin?
I don't have any thoughts because I've only seen Fellowship of the Ring for quite some time, and I do not remember the stew at
Gotcha.
all.
I think is this Two Towers or
I
Second
believe
one,
it's
I
two.
believe
It's
yeah,
two
number
towers
two.
because
yeah, because
it's
Gollum's there. I know that.
Yeah, and they're in Mordor when they're making it. So.
Gotcha. All right, so great pick, Malcolm. A very inspired one. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of Lord of the Rings fans vote on that one. But what is going to be your second pick? You get a second one back to back. What's it going to be?
So yeah, I'm actually going to go for my sandwich pick. And it's one of those ones that you can do a whole draft all sandwiches if you wanted to, but I'm going to specifically go for the cheeseburger from the menu.
Ooh.
And it's just because it looks so good, and like just watching that movie, I really like. It's one of those ones I really want to try, and just the way can't remember the name, but Ray Fiennes' character sort of changes when he makes a set and all that after everything else he's put them through. But yeah, so I'm picking the cheeseburger from the menu.
That's great. There's a lot of things you could pick from that movie, but I think that is the one that, like, when you leave the
Yes.
theater, there are other moments you think of in that movie, but like in terms of food, you're like, ah,
It's
that
like
burger.
chef almost with the food.
Yeah, the burger looks so good because he also shows so much care making it. 'Cause this whole movie, it's all about like this is the prestigious way to do it, and then like at the end, he's just like, I'm just gonna make a classic burger, and it's delicious, and it's
The
amazing.
way he says cheeseburger. It is a great cheeseburger, and the way he says cheeseburger always gets me.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Yeah, we're all in agreement. We're like, yep, that's great. Perfect. I'm sure the menu may come up later, or at least on some honorable mentions. But that's a great movie for foodies as well. So we'll move it right along. Brian, what is going to be your second pick in the second round?
Yeah, my next pick, I'm gonna go with a film I grew up watching. I'll go with the meal from Hook, the whole feast they have. When Peter when they'll for dinner as like it turns real at the middle part. So yeah, the food looks amazing. So I'll bring that up. My pick the Hook
Gotcha.
meal.
I actually haven't seen Hook since I was little, so I need to like. This is the one where they have the food fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
so it's like it's the
and
feast.
Peter
Yeah.
throws insults at Rufio.
Yeah. Okay, I remember this. Yeah, it's this shot with Robin Williams and that's from the feast. I don't know. I don't know if that's I'm just trying to look at pictures to see. There's like all colorful food and stuff like that.
Yes.
The imagination pie. So you're taking the whole feast.
Correct.
Cool. All right. Cool. That's a great meal. I haven't seen it in a while. It was like since I was a kid, so I don't remember it. But it's a great pick. Just looking at the pictures, it's a very bountiful feast. Does anyone have any thoughts on the feast from Hook?
I trying to remember the feed. I can remember with the imaginary pie.
Yeah, the pie is I think the most memorable piece of it, the imagination pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're getting the whole feast, which is valid. I mean, it's the meal
Yeah.
itself is the feast. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this? I just wish I remembered this more. I gotta give Hook a rewatch because it's Spielberg and he's my favorite. But any other thoughts on the feast?
Yeah,
Cool.
I didn't. This like I looked up some lists. This came up on a few of them, but it's like
Oh,
I
cool.
just don't remember. I just didn't remember it enough to feel
Gotcha.
confident.
Gotcha.
I mean, and I love Hook. So.
Yeah, Hook. From what I remember being a kid, I loved Hook. It's just, yeah, I couldn't remember the details just at this point in my life right now. But I got to rewatch it, and it gave me great incentive too. JD, any thoughts on this feast?
I don't. I never really watched Hook.
Gotcha. Okay, so we'll move it right along then. What have you watched, JD, and what would you like to eat next as part of your menu? We're kind of putting together a menu. We're not even putting together a draft. We're putting our own menus
I
together.
can
Which
see
is
that
fun.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah. JD, what's next on the
I'm
menu for you?
going to take. I think I'm going to take an educate. I think I'm taking an educate. I'm going to take a risk. I'm just trying to figure out of these two things. If I lose one of these two things, what would I be more upset about losing?
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna go egg sandwich from Birds of Prey and
Nice.
the
Oh
Good
yeah.
one.
fabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna go. I just honestly, I had an egg sandwich this morning for breakfast. I love sometimes and they kind of hit this really well in the movie. Sometimes you just want a good simple egg sandwich, and that is a Sal's egg sandwich is a very good, very simple, just a dash of hot sauce. She wants to taste that cheese. Really great egg sandwich.
Nice. Yeah, that I think that's one of the best photograph foods in
Oof.
film
I
too. Like
agree.
just the way it just oozes out and that whole scene, like the close-ups on the grill, the egg cracking. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so good. I know Carly is salivating listening to this pick because I know that's her favorite and she wanted to bring it up. So I'm glad you did. It was like on my list. It was probably in my top 10, but it wasn't my next pick. So but it could have come around on a wraparound for sure. So I'm glad you picked it because it might have been my third. Yeah, great pick, JD. This is a good one, and yeah, it's just such a classic. I mean, we all have sandwiches now except for Brian on our list, so
Yep.
it goes to show a sandwich
And
is very
Malcolm too, I
relatable.
believe.
Yep. No, Malcolm took the cheeseburger from the
Oh
menu.
yeah,
So
that's right.
yeah, so we got the Krabby Patty, the Cubano, the egg sandwich, and the cheeseburger. That's a pretty good lineup. So yeah, sandwiches rule. Any thoughts on the egg sandwich? Anyone?
Yeah, this is something. It looks so good. I want to try it. I think there was. I think when the movie came out, I think it was Variety that they put out an actual video of a chef actually recreating this sandwich and um and yeah, I think it's just one of those ones that I think just looks so good and just really simple.
Yeah, yeah, I would love to be able to make because like you can make an egg sandwich, but I think I'll feel like that precise one. It's like there's something about it that sets it apart. Yeah. Any other thoughts on the egg sandwich from Birds of Prey?
It's a great pick.
Yeah,
It's delicious. So I probably won't eat it mostly because I'm not a fan of hot sauce.
Same here.
gotcha. Yeah, she
I
definitely
can't handle
douses
spice.
it up.
I'm not a fan of hot sauce either, but I will make an exception for that. Then.
Right. That's a good point. All right, I'm moving on. I'm gonna continue along the TV route. For some reason, my top two, Ratatouille was my number two, but I figured it'd be taken by now. So my actual like number two that I was considering taking is also from TV, and I figured, hey, why not? It's one of the greatest cold opens to any episode ever of one of my favorite comedies, The Office. If you know that show well, it's
Yeah.
Kevin coming
Oh,
to work with
yes,
his big old
yes.
pot of chili, and of course he drops it all over the floor. Kevin's famous chili is going to be my pick here in the second round. I mean, it's just such an iconic scene, such a great moment where he tries to like scoop it up and put it back in the pot, and then he slips and falls on it, and then he's talking about how he's like marinating the onions, and everyone's got to get to know each other in the pot. But as he's doing this, he's trying to like wipe it up with like a manila folder and shit. Like it's such a good moment, such a funny moment, and such just like even though it's all over the floor, it looks great. Like I love good chili. I love chili, and I think it's just one of those iconic like scenes in an iconic show, and it's just like one of those things where when you want to like think about the greatest like food moments in comedy, like that's one of the best for me. So I love the gag. I love the actual food itself. Kevin's famous chili. That's my pick. Any thoughts?
Yeah, it's fun fact is all one take when they filmed it. Actually,
Yeah, I mean, it has to be because otherwise that's a big
Yeah.
cleanup, and yeah, that's awesome. And it's a good take because it works perfectly. So
I mean, there'll
Go
be a
ahead,
big
Malcolm. I'll
take
let you go
to.
first.
Yeah. I'm glad it was only one take. Just imagine like having to put it all back to the pot just to be out again.
right. Oh my gosh, imagine.
Yeah, I've actually met the actor who played Kevin this year at a convention recently.
Oh wow! Did he tell you about his famous chili? Or
He
no?
actually had the photo there for his signed autographs. He had a picture of that scene.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, he recorded it to marry the ideas. He recorded it.
I love that. And anyone else a fan of The Office or love that scene or love that pick or hate that pick? You can tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I actually only watched The Office for the first time last year, and
Oh cool.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's definitely a great scene. I had it on my list too. I was probably going to come up. When Dylan said favorite TV show, he was going to go a different route, but
Oh, is there more? I want to see. I don't think I have any
different-
other TV picks, but maybe there's another one.
Yeah, I have a different
Well,
office
when I get to it, I'll say.
so.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. And any thoughts, JD or Kevin on Kevin? Any thoughts on your famous chili?
Yeah, how do you make your chili?
Good chili. But I've never seen The Office.
Okay.
But I've seen Video with Savage, and one of the things I seen was that one, and it actually really does look good, and it's that scene is quite really funny when he drops chili.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's Kevin, take it away with your fifth pick, or your second pick, I should say, the fifth pick in this round, and you're gonna get two back to back, so make it count.
Okay, so I want to go with the TV show with this one, and I think I sort of dropped the menu as a trap in the chat because I was thinking, someone's gonna pick that burger. So I thought, okay, if we could do TV shows, why don't I go somewhere where the title is burgers? So I went with Bob's Burgers. Better all on black garlic burger. I could have gone with I think it's Honey You Can Drive by Chives burger, but I really like the black garlic one more because I think seeing him cook it, it looks really well done. But it's only I think with Gruyere cheese, spinach, and the black garlic, and it just looks so delicious.
Yeah. So what is it called? The Bet It All on Black Garlic Burger.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I just want to get the title for it. I've never actually seen Bob's Burgers, so this is a good incentive to. I saw the movie, I didn't see the show.
I
Though,
see some episodes, not the whole series, but it's all Disney Plus for me here. So
yeah, I definitely want to check it out now. So Bet It All on Black. I'm just trying to write it down. Bet It All on Black Garlic Burger. Yeah, this is very interesting because when you said burger in the title, there's also another way you could have gone with that too. But I've never seen that show either. So I've got a lot of burger themed television to check out. Yeah, any thoughts on the Bet It All on Black Garlic Burger from Bob's Burgers? Anyone else?
if I seen all some of the episodes, I would know which burger it is. So
Yeah,
there's that.
Sounds good. I'm looking at the recipe now. It looks delicious. Someone actually recreated it. It looks really good. Have you tried to make this one, Kevin, or no?
No. I feel like I'm not like good like at cooking at all. In fact,
Gotcha.
I barely know how to cook.
So you're
But
eating with your eyes.
Yes, yeah, but it's like I occasionally would watch the him Benjamin Badge cook that, and also I did give my brother a the Bob's Burger cookbook,
Nice.
and when it arrived, I quickly had to look at how to make it.
Nice. JD or Malcolm, have you guys seen Bob's Burgers, or do you know this burger? No?
I've seen the movie, just not
Gotcha.
seen the show, so
Same,
I don't
same.
know.
JD?
Yeah, no, I'm not as good on my TV as I am on my movies.
Gotcha. But it's a great pick, especially because it's like a show about burgers. I think it's
Yeah.
it's very fitting that this draft would have a Bob's
And
Burger.
you could have taken
on.
a burger on it because burger changes each episode.
There you go. All right, Kevin, you're gonna get another pick now in the third round. Let's kick off this third round. What would you like?
Right. So, I find Twister a quite really enjoyable part, But the one part I love watching and going to, it's Meg's breakfast. I think with Meg's breakfast, the steak, the eggs, the mashed potatoes, and her special gravy it that should be part of her own food group.
Nice. What is this from again?
Twister.
Twister, and what is it called? Just the breakfast or
I think Meg's famous breakfast.
Meg's breakfast? See, you guys are unlocking my brain to so many new things that I haven't even thought about. Yeah, steak and eggs, Aunt Meg's. Okay, cool. Yeah, breakfast from Twister. Cool. This is something I've seen the movie, but it was also kind of like Hook. It was just so long ago.
Here it is. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, that looks good. All right, so it's like the steak, the eggs with gravy. Wow, that sounds good. So, steak, eggs, gravy, breakfast from Twister. Awesome. Anyone else know this meal? I really want to check it out. Anyone
I
else?
know they're making a sequel to Twister. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Twister's a really good movie. That's a really good scene. It's a pretty good choice. It's just been so long since I've seen Twister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, looks good. Now I want to eat steak and eggs. Man, guys, this is making me hungry.
Ask Ron Swanson.
What was that?
Ask Ron Swanson.
Right. All right. So let's move it along with round 3, pick 2. That was a great pick, Kevin. A lot of great picks so far. This is tough for me now because I could go with the one I'd most like to eat, or I can go the most iconic scene. I feel like I'd be going against my Italian heritage if I don't pick Clemenza's sauce from The Godfather. So I'm going to go with Clemenza's sauce from The Godfather when he's just in that tight little kitchen and he's putting in the, all the ingredients, and he says secret recipe is just a little bit of sugar, just a little bit of sweetness there for the Sunday sauce. I mean, I grew up, Italian family having sauce almost every Sunday, pasta and meatballs, sausage, braciole, all that stuff. So, this just feels like a very personal pick, but I feel like a lot of people love this scene. And there's another mobster movie that also has an iconic sauce scene, but this is for me my favorite one, especially because it's so casual. It's like part of their culture, part of their life. So Clemenza's red sauce from The Godfather. I just love that idea of just a bunch of guys hanging around while the sauce is on the stove, just kind of filling the room with that smell. But it's a very Italian thing, so it's going to be my personal pick, Clemenza's sauce from The Godfather. Any thoughts on this pick?
It's a good choice. I didn't have my list because I thought it would be gone.
Gotcha. Well, it is, JD. You can't get it now. Malcolm, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I mean, I love The Godfather. I think they're great, but I didn't think it is.
Yeah, no, it's a very personal thing because also it's like when I watch The Godfather, it's like I put on sauce on the stove, I make it early in the morning, and then I put on The Godfather, check on the sauce, watch The Godfather Part 2, then eat the sauce with pasta and fixins, and then maybe if I'm in a good mood, I'll watch Godfather 3 too. But it's not necessary. Even though I like it, it's not necessary for the evening. But yeah, that's gonna be my pick. Any other thoughts on the sauce?
Yeah, for me, I would have got a different film for the pasta sauce in case some this actual gets sold, but overall, it's an okay pick.
Yeah, I feel like there's not a lot of variety because I'm going chili than pasta sauce, so that might hurt me in the graphic. But
yeah,
I'm happy to get it. All right, JD, you're up next on the clock. What would you like, sir?
So far, I've gone breakfast and dinner. Now I think I'm gonna go lunch.
Okay.
But in this movie, they technically had it for breakfast. But since it's a lunch dish, I'm still gonna count it as lunch. I'm gonna go the Big Kahuna Burger.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Which one?
The Big Kahuna Burger from Pulp Fiction.
So number one, as I said, they were having it for breakfast, and any burger that's good enough for breakfast, is going to get points in my book. Number two, just the way that Samuel L. Jackson describes it, he seems like he genuinely liked it, but he's still trying to be friending. So he's also he's liking it, but he's also trying to friend the guy, and that also kind of made me want to try it more. That he likes it, but he just feels like he's still trying to keep his kind of spiel going. And so yeah, I just that's the one, and it's Hawaiian themed. and I've been to
Yeah.
I've been to Hawaii and I've been to Maui, so
They have the
I
burger
like
though.
Hawaiian kind of themed dishes.
Do they have that burger there?
No, I believe that was an American thing that they
Gotcha.
did.
Because it's just like a pineapple ring on a burger, right?
Correct.
Is that how you make
Yeah.
it? Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had pineapple on burger, but
I
Yeah.
prefer
maybe I
pineapple
have.
on pizza.
I
I haven't
I
either, but I don't know. Maybe I have.
I have whenever I think you used to go to Red Robin, I kind of often get I think I think Aloha Burger and it does have a pineapple on it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's probably the closest comparison. Yeah, it's a great scene. The Royale with cheese comment too. You know, what do they call it in France? Yeah, like I really that's such a good pick. It was on my list. I figured I might be able to get it on a wraparound or around 5, but the fact that it goes this early is a testament to the iconography of it. Also, because another burger already went, I wasn't sure if you were going to take another one so soon after the egg sandwich, but it's a good pick. That back to back breakfast, lunch, dinner trio right there. That's hard to compete against. But any other thoughts on the Big Kahuna burger?
I mean, it's a burger, so
Yeah, any burger's a good burger. All right, so let's move on to you now, Brian. What's going to be your next pick?
I'm picking a burger, and this movie comes out this month. That is a good burger.
Good burger. Okay.
Ah.
And that's just called the Good Burger, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I
I knew
mean-
this was going to go at some point. I've just never seen it, so I didn't have it on my list, but I knew it was going to go.
One of the most I call it the Nickelodeon outside of the Krabby Patty. You have the burger card. You have ST with sauce, and even the Pete Burger place wants to go get this guy's Good Burger, which is Malden Burger. So yeah, I'm picking Good Burger for my pick.
Yeah, and is the burger just called a Good Burger, or is there like a
Yeah.
It's called
You have
the
to
Good
say,
Burger.
welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good
Can I take
Burger.
an
Can I
order?
take your order?
Can you order?
It's nice. Yeah, you all know it. I don't. It's like one of those rare blind spots where I was just like, for some reason, never grew up with that show. I know Chad's gonna kill me for never seeing this. But is
And
it
you
a
never
show
seen
or is
all
it a
that-
movie?
It's
You
a
never
show
saw
and
all
a
that.
movie both.
You never seen all that either, though.
No.
It,
It was
Interesting.
scheduled all that, then became a movie.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it was a spin-off. It's kind of like an SNL movie.
Yeah,
how it like,
correct.
was part
Yeah,
of it.
correct.
Okay,
It's like an
cool.
all that movie. It was like, yeah, same thing.
Nice. Yeah, like this. I'm so out of touch because I'm a '90s kid, but like late '90s, and I didn't have any older siblings or anything. So like everything I was given from my parents was either like kids movies from the time, like Disney Renaissance, or like stuff they
Family
grew up with.
films.
So,
Stuff they grew up with, or it was like then I would watch stuff and pass it down to my
So
siblings. So I was more of
also-
the 2000s in terms of kids.
also to be clear, this is just a good burger. He didn't say a good burger with Kel's special sauce. So
Well,
I'm
Good
just saying
Burger
right.
has a
I'm
secret
just,
sauce
I'm
in
just
it,
saying
so-
right here.
JD,
it's not,
I think he
you don't
gets
get the
everything.
Kel's special
I got
sauce.
everything in it, so
Brian, you do not get the Kel's
it's
special
included
sauce.
as a burger. So JD,
No, it's actually it's a condiment, Brian. It's a condiment.
So condiments be a
I'm
burger.
Okay,
just
so
I'm just
you
joking.
do you not get the Big Kahuna burger with a pineapple on it then?
No, because that's how the burger comes with. It's
Okay,
not a
but what about
condiment.
the hot sauce with the egg sandwich?
Yeah.
I'm happy to take it without that. I was just joking. I was
You don't
just
like
joking.
would you like
playing.
would you like to veto this?
Yeah, would
Yeah.
you like to veto the pick of
No. I was
okay,
playing.
you're
I
just-
was playing. I was playing. I was
Imagine
all
if Brian
jest.
lost
It's a
the
good
good burger
choice.
just 'cause
It's a
he
good
didn't
choice,
specify.
Brian.
No, it's a
I
good
was
choice.
just jesting.
That's funny. Yeah, Malcolm, any thoughts on the good burger?
Well, the one thing I'll say is technically you accidentally tipped a pick when you said any burger was a good burger before.
I realized after I said that, but I
Exactly.
tried not to bring attention to it. I saw you smirk, Malcolm, because it was a legitimate comment. I was like, every burger's a good burger, and then I was like, oh wait, I said it. I tipped a pick.
I heard good
My
burger
worst
was
enemy.
I mean, I would have only called you out on it once the pick got brought up.
Right.
But,
Yes, thank you.
yeah,
And considering it was the very next pick, I feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Maybe did I inspire that pick, Brian, or were you gonna pick it regardless?
I was thinking about when Kevin had a pick or something. And I was
Gotcha.
like doing a smoke there. So,
So Kevin picking the Bob's Burgers.
correct.
Okay, so it wasn't me.
Yes.
Just making sure. Yeah. So Malcolm, are you gonna continue this burger train, or are you gonna go somewhere else with your third pick?
I've already got a burger on my list.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. So the show that I thought you were going to bring up is that I thought was your favorite show is Friends.
Oh yeah.
And but I'm gonna bring a lot of sort of savory dishes. I'm gonna bring up a dessert, and I'm bringing up Rachel's trifle.
Rachel's trifle. Yes.
Look, it's a it's one that I've always been interested to try. Well, I mean,
No, I know.
it's like I'm like Joey in a way. Like I like anything. And like and I'll try anything because I don't like if I made a dinner party, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by not liking something. But it's just one of those ones I think is a fun scene. And Yeah, and it's just and there is some recipes out there that people put up where they've sort of replaced the beef with like crushed up O's and stuff, something that looks like it's the dish, but
Gotcha.
it's
So
like
it can still be eaten in a satisfactory way. Yeah. Mhm.
but
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's a great pick. I love the moment too because it's like she's just saying it so matter of factly. She's like, "Oh, yep, you got the cake and then the icing and the frosting, then 2 layers of mashed potatoes with beef and cheese and peas and carrots, and then you top it off with whipped cream, banana." And everyone's like, "What? Whoa!" Which I love because the pages of the recipes get stuck together. So she combines a shepherd's pie and a trifle. That's an iconic scene and an iconic show. There's a lot of food you could pick from that show, but that is, I think, the most iconic.
It's also topical as well because for the past Matthew Perry are topical now with Friends.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Rest in peace, Matthew Perry. That's so sad. But yeah, this is an iconic moment for sure. Any other Friends fans here or fans of the trifle?
I'm not a big fan of Friends. For me, I find it overrated in my opinion. I don't find it that good.
Gotcha.
But overall, it's a good pick for dessert.
Yeah, for sure. JD?
It's a good pick. It's a really good pick. I think there's something more iconic that was left off the table, but
from that show.
From that show, but
okay.
maybe it'll come back around. Maybe it'll come back. We'll see.
I see. I'm not think. I know there's always like a good presence of food because Monica's a chef, but I'm not thinking of another item that surpasses that. But maybe you'll bring it up. Maybe someone will bring it up. Kevin,
think I know what he's referring to.
Oh man, I'm trying to rack my brain. I don't know. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I know. I don't know. I'll ask you afterwards. Kevin, any thoughts on the Rachel's trifle from Friends?
I have not seen Friends before. I'm familiar with it with what Katie was of you talk about, but this one I'm not familiar with.
Gotcha. All right. Well, maybe you'll have to check out at least that scene. So Malcolm, what are you going to pick on your wraparound here? This is going to be your 4th pick out of 5.
So I'm going to stick with TV in this and I'm going to go to probably what is my favorite sitcom of all time and I'm going to bring up the 7-layer salad from How I Met Your Mother. It's one of those ones like they didn't reveal all the ingredients on the show, but it's basically like 16 cups of mayonnaise, like guacamole, bacon bits, shredded carrots, cabbages, Funyuns, gummy bears, potato chips, like a whole bunch of mixture of stuff in there. But it's like it's once again, it's something that like may not taste good, but it's also one that I'm kind of intrigued to try.
Well, it looks like let me get focused.
It almost looks like a dessert just by looking at it. Like like a parfait or something, but it's like savory. It's guacamole and there's potato chips on top. Oh wait, here's like a breakdown of what's in it. So it's potato chips. Oh, it is kind of desserty. Gummy bears, Funyuns, cabbage, shredded carrots, ground beef, bacon bits, lettuce, guacamole. Yeah, I mean it's definitely something. It's kind of like Friends, where a trifle. It's like it's its very own specific thing that everyone who's a fan of the show will iconically like know what it is. But if you're an outsider looking in, you might think it's gross, but that's the beauty of it. And I love giving some representation to the Ericksons here. Any thoughts on the 7-layer dip or salad? Sorry, 7-layer salad.
It's something like I really curious about like how edible is it? Is it something that will make me sick, or is it something that like would someone surprisingly taste delicious?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean that much mayo is probably not good for you.
Yeah, with I think the gummy bears is what seals the deal for me, where I probably wouldn't try it.
Mm.
But maybe out of nostalgia's sake, I would try it. And also a Thanksgiving dish, which is big for the holiday. Malcolm
Yep.
decided to draft the Thanksgiving dish today, which is great. Because I guess I think they prepare it for Thanksgiving.
Well, I
But,
mean, I believe the episode was on as a Thanksgiving themed episode.
right.
So.
Yes.
Gotcha. Any other thoughts on this one, Brian, JD?
I mean, it looks interesting, but sort of looks disgusting as well.
Yeah. You gotta try it once in a while, I guess. It's something gross. You'll never know if you don't try it. You know what I mean? JD, any thoughts on this one? Do you watch How I Met Your Mother?
Not really. That was like a little past
Okay.
when I was watching like sitcoms.
No worries. I have seen it and I love it. I highly recommend it. But that last season, you can just skip it right over. All right. Okay, and maybe not. Some episodes are good. But Brian, what is going to be your penultimate pick here?
Yep, I'll go with. Let's see. Let's go. This is tough trying to determine which pick. I'll go with the anime pick on this one.
Okay.
And I will go with the spinach puffs from Emperor New Groove.
Nice. Kronk's Spinach Puffs. I
Yeah,
love that.
Emperor
Ooh.
New Groove is my second favorite Disney film. It's my favorite film determined by its for my 128. But this is a food I always wanted to try. It looks very interesting and one of my favorite characters as well. So I'll go with that.
Yeah, I've never actually had a spinach puff, but I feel like it would probably taste very good, especially coming from like the heart of Kronk. I feel like he would just be a really
From
good
Patrick
baker.
Warburton, yeah.
Yeah, right. Any thoughts on Kronk's spinach puffs, anyone?
They really sound delicious.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
I mean, they look good. I just didn't think of them.
Yeah, no, it was deep down on my list. I had a lot of animated and a lot of Disney, so I was trying to put some of it down on the list.
I have a few anime, so I'll determine which
Yeah,
anime.
I didn't want it all to be, and I still haven't picked a Disney pick, so maybe I should dive into there. All right, JD, what is going to be your next pick?
You know, I have I was debating whether or not I go dessert or after meal drink, but
Following
considering
the theme.
uh, but considering I don't have any TV and everybody else has, I feel like I'll be docked if I don't have a TV. So I will go for what I was hinting at. I think the more I think Malcolm did a really good pick, but the Central Perk coffee is the most iconic, iconic Crocker Facts. It's always there every single episode. They're always going to Central Perk. They're always again. When I think of Friends, I always think of Central Perk and the Central Perk coffee.
Yeah,
It's more a coffee shop, though. To be fair,
I mean, it is. Yeah, I mean, it is a dish. I guess if you're picking the Central Perk coffee, like that is specific to the Friends universe. I guess it counts. Yeah, because like you don't really is the ingredients any different than any or an average cup of coffee. But then again, we don't really know, and there's a reason they keep going back to that coffee shop. So I'll allow it. Is anyone vetoing this pick, or are we just kind of questioning it? All right, so it's gonna stand.
Questioning. Mine
Yeah.
was again questioning it.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good pick, especially for the iconography. I was thinking it's something else for Friends as like the potential other pick, but because I didn't think of drinks. But yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because we're drafting. I mean, drinks counts as like a unique food item. That's fine. And I think the Central Perk coffee is as iconic as you get. I mean, I love that the last line of the whole series is from the late great Matthew Perry,
Yes.
where they're like, "Do you guys have time to get like one last cup of coffee?" And he goes, "Where?" And I just love that that line, and it's a great iconic pick for this draft. And I love the Friends rep. It's I think the first one to have a repeat pick, if I'm not mistaken. So pretty cool. Any other thoughts on Central Perk coffee?
I mean, this is your place where you can see Brad Pitt and DeVito show up at a coffee shop. So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Brad Pitt and Danny DeVito have drank Central Perk coffee, so that's a perk for JD's pick. If
I mean,
if I do
so
say so.
Robin Williams and Billy Crystal.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
pretty much everyone and their mom has had Central Perk coffee because everyone's been on that show. So it's a good pick, JD, and I think just playing on the graphic, it'll play really nicely as well. And I like how you kind of continue along the theme of like breakfast, lunch, dessert, coffee. Like you're just kind of getting one of every field, which is cool. Yeah. Any other thoughts on Central Perk? Cool. All right, so we're moving on now. Oof. I still haven't taken a Disney, and I still don't know if I want a Disney because my favorite Disney is also a pick that I kind of just made. Like it's a similar enough pick to my last pick that I don't know if I want to go for that. Um, or do I go for something more comedic? Or do I just go for what I want to eat? I don't know, y'all. Because there's one food that I feel like I personally should pick, but like I think it's a gross. I don't like eating that food, but it's so iconic to the movie. So I'll just pick it. I'll go with the marmalade sandwich from Paddington because I
Ooh.
think
There it is.
I don't like marmalade. I've tried, or not that orange marmalade. I've tried it. I tried a jar of it when I was Paddington for Halloween. I bought a little jar to like have just to carry around, and I was making people marmalade sandwiches at the Halloween party. I had bread and marmalade, and I ate one at the end. I was like, I don't really like this. Like, I don't think I could just enjoy a sandwich of marmalade, but in the movie, it's so iconic. Both movies. I'm just gonna pick marmalade sandwich in general because it's the same recipe. But like the fact that he's able to turn all the prison inmates into like jolly old happy fellas just by tasting it, like that means that the magic of that marmalade sandwich is real. This guy right here, Mr. Paddington. So I like to believe that whatever marmalade sandwich I made was just not a good one, and that a really good one does exist somewhere on the warm, crustless bread, as Paddington says. So I'm going to pick the marmalade sandwich. I'm not very fond of marmalade, but I do think it's a great pick. And I don't want anyone else to pick it because I'm so territorial of Paddington. So I'm happy I got to take it before anyone else did. But any thoughts? I don't know if Kevin, you were going to pick it, but any thoughts on marmalade sandwich?
I
Oh,
was not gonna pick it, but
Okay.
it looked really delicious. I'm like I don't think I've ever tried parmesan before. And I was thinking, it kind of make me want to try it.
Yeah, it like makes you want to taste it. And then when you taste it, you're like, oh, it's just kind of like a little
Jelly.
bitter jelly. Like, yeah, because it's got like the orange rinds in it and stuff. But Malcolm, what are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, I think it all depends on the type of marmalade used as well. Because I think there's actually many different brands of marmalade. Some of them are better than others. And yeah,
Gotcha.
and yeah, I did consider going for this as my first pick.
Ooh.
Because I love Paddington, and it was
Mhm.
the first thing that's like. But ultimately, it's like, well, I kind of thought that the Lord of the Rings one might have gone quicker, so I was like, I'm going to go for that instead. But yeah, it's a good pick.
Plus Nick Cage's favorite movie of all time, Paddington 2.
That's right. Any other thoughts on marmalade sandwich? JD, are you a fan of the marmalade or no?
So this is going to be interesting to say out
Oh
loud.
no. Oh no.
I have never seen Paddington or Paddington 2.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be a lot worse. I thought you were gonna say you don't like it, and I was about to like kick you off the stream. So
mean-
no, that's fine. Just watch it another
No,
time.
no, no.
Or if
I
It's
thought
on
it was
on
gonna
my
be
list.
it.
On my list of things to do. It's just like I missed it in both of them in theaters, and then like you get like you're like, oh, you're always gonna go back to it, but then like you get catch up after.
Well, JD, we'll find a time. I'll drive down to you, and we'll rent out a theater so you can have the theatrical experience. We're gonna watch both. We can invite Nicole Kidman there too. She can do the AMC intro live, and then we'll see her
Invite Hugh
try to
Grant.
taxidermy Paddington in the first one. Then we can
Well, if
boo
all
her,
goes according to
and then we'll
plan,
watch the second one with her. Yeah.
if all goes according to plan, we'll get Paddington in Peru in 2025. So maybe
Yeah.
they'll do a triple
Without Paul
feature.
King, though.
Ooh, yeah, maybe a triple feature. If not, I will seriously rent out a theater and invite Nicole Kidman, and we'll put on a big party.
So you also have to invite Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because they're the biggest fans of it.
And also
Of course.
invite Jordan Anderson and Austin Paskey don't like Paddington.
Yeah, no, literally anyone who wants to can come. Like all the friends stars that we rattled off as well, like they can come too. Yeah, we'll have a big fun time. All right, so marmalade sandwich off the board. Kevin, these are going to be your two final picks, so make them count. What are you going to pick?
Okay.
Fourth?
So I'm gonna go with dessert this one, and as many times I've seen this movie as a kid, and then a month ago I finally got a chance to rewatch it again. Seeing the dessert there, it still gets me God, like I still want to eat that, and that is the German chocolate cake from Matilda.
Ooh,
That's what I thought you were going with.
that is a great pick, Kevin.
I like that.
Yeah, it's one thing. Even the woman I saw the choice. I was thinking, I have to trust that German chocolate cake. It's the one thing that I still always pictured Matilda, the movie Matilda about.
And there's two versions now with the musical and the original film.
Yeah, and every version it looks so good. It's just delicious. And the kid has to eat the whole thing, but even though he's suffering, we the audience are still wanting to eat that cake. And I would probably still eat the whole thing. I just it looks so good. What a great scene. I mean, torture by cake, it could get a lot worse.
Yeah. I mean, it was so good that like
Let's
they
look at his
reproduced it
reaction.
for the
Just
music.
look how
They
tempted he
reproduced that
looks.
scene for the musical. Like,
yeah, I think it's like one of the. Is it the act one finale? It might be.
yes, that's what I thought.
Yeah, for the song Bruce, because they're singing about how he like ate the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so good. Yeah, that's such a great pick, especially because dessert. We have some good dessert here. We have the trifle, we have the 7-layer salad. JD took Central Perk coffee as like an after dinner sip. But this is like a real deal dessert here that is quite delicious. I assume it is delicious. I wonder if they got to actually eat real cake on set, or if they had to film it so many times that he got sick and they had to like start bringing him fake cake or something. I don't know. I assume it was real.
I think it was.
Cool. Wow. Great pick. Any other thoughts on the German chocolate cake?
Yeah,
from
Matilda
Matilda?
was my favorite films growing up, and that cake looked so good to try.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So, Kevin, take us away with your final pick here in your draft. A very strong draft board so far. How are you going to round us out?
This one I'm going to end up with the drink, and this one I have to include something from The Simpsons because I love The Simpsons, especially this one from the Simpsons movie, and that is Ned Flanders hot chocolate.
Yes.
He does really, really amazing hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Then he quickly puts in whipped cream, shaves some chocolate, put it in a wafer, and then on top of a marshmallow, and then he toasts it.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is what it looks like. Dyl, what it looks like.
There we go. Ooh, that's animated. It looks real.
Yes.
It looks good.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie when it came out. I didn't grow up watching The Simpsons, but like I saw The Simpsons movie and I remember a lot about it, but I don't remember that. But I feel like that's something that if I were to rewatch it all these years later, I would remember that because that looks freaking amazing. They even have a Binging with Babish here where they make it. Wow. Yeah, I want to try that. That looks awesome. Wow. Cool. Sorry, I'm just like salivating over this milkshake now. And that like feels like a meal in and of itself, even though it's dessert, it's a drink. Like there's a lot of ingredients and elements to it too that is so intricate. Any thoughts on Ned Flanders hot chocolate, anyone?
Yeah, I mean this is one that I was tossing up between this and another one, like for drinks. Like there's a few drinks I would have gone, but a lot of them, like in the show, are just like a brand they buy. Well, yes, like someone had to make them, but it's not what I would have considered. But yeah, but this one is one that's specifically made, and put together. So yeah,
nice, cool. All right, so we're gonna wrap it back around to me. This is tough. Earlier I didn't pick any. I'll just say I had 3 spaghetti related picks, and I didn't go with any of them because I thought it was too close to the red sauce I picked. But technically, the Godfather sauce, it wasn't spaghetti and meat sauce; it was just the sauce. So I feel like I can get a spaghetti pick here. Now the question is, do I want to go for breakfast, lunch, or dessert with the spaghetti? or sorry, lunch, dinner, or dessert. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, I think that we're going with it.
I'm going dessert. I'm going with the Elf pizza, the Elf spaghetti with the syrup and the candy and the Pop-Tarts. Yeah, listen, it's the same kind of thinking of Malcolm's trifle pick. Like, would I want to eat this? Maybe not, but like, there's something about it that intrigues me. And like, if someone put a plate in front of me, I first off wouldn't want to upset them by saying no, but I would also like kind of want to try it, you know. I mean, it's just the noodles is the only thing that's savory about it. So like, technically, if the noodles are a blank canvas, it probably does actually taste pretty good. It's probably more of a texture thing. But yeah, what is it? The breakfast dessert pasta spaghetti or something like.
Yeah, the candy spaghetti. I think it is.
Candy spaghetti. Oh yeah, we'll call it candy spaghetti. It's my favorite Christmas movie, or one of them at least. And you know, if we're continuing along the theme of picking desserts last, I mean, marmalade sandwich is kind of like a lunch. Clemenza sauce is a good dinner. The chili is a nice lunch choice as well. Krabby Patty lunch or dinner. Like I want something sweet at the end of this draft, so I'm gonna go for the Elf spaghetti. Any thoughts on the Elf spaghetti?
I mean, the way when you have to do the way Buddy does it with have his hands up and
Yeah, and that's another thing too. The charm of putting it together with your hands too. I mean, it just makes it feel much more personal that way. Literally. Yeah. Any thoughts on Buddy the Elf spaghetti?
It's something I would really without hesitation would try would really eat. If someone giving something like it's plain spaghetti with like but sweet candy syrup. Why not?
Yeah, I think the syrup and the marshmallows is where I would go, but like the Pop Tarts, actually, I don't love Pop Tarts that aren't like warm, so I don't know how that would factor in. But maybe I would like it with all the other ingredients.
I think my factor like what kind of Pop Tart it is.
Yeah, I think it's like is it the brown sugar ones? I don't know.
it's chocolate or something.
Oh, it might be chocolate. Yeah, I don't know. Malcolm, what are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, you're in no danger of losing this to me. I think Elf is overrated. This is I was not going to be picking an Elf dish out of protest. Like, while the dish itself looks good, I just wouldn't pick it.
Bah humbug, Malcolm. I'm kidding. JD, any thoughts on the Elf pizza or pasta? I keep saying pizza. Why do I say that? Because I'm looking at an honorable mention.
So this is just about upbringing. Like, I'm Jewish, so I don't watch a lot of Christmas movies. So
but you eat a lot of spaghetti with syrup. That's the question.
So again, like I didn't watch this till like many, and I loved Will Ferrell, but I didn't because of that. I didn't really watch it till many years later, and it was just like, oh, it looks fine. Looks fine. I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure for some people that's delicious. It's just like it looks fine.
Yeah, that's fair. More from me, I guess. It's the last pick. I got to go with passion pick here. JD, this is going to be your last pick now. So what are you going to round your draft out with?
So this wouldn't be a JD draft if I didn't go for an obscure and out there pick. Okay. Now I've been debating. I think there's two ways the graphic works. I can either go appetizer or dessert. I'm leaning towards appetizer, and I'm gonna go with my favorite documentary, Jiro Dreams of Sushi, and I'm gonna go with the grilled egg sushi from Jiro Dreams of Sushi. Now, you're gonna say, well, Josh, how could this be iconic? Well, to answer that question, not if you've seen the TV show Documentary Now with Bill Hader and Fred Armisen, they parody famous documentaries, but they generally go like 70s, 80s, maybe some 90s. They very rarely go modern. They parodied Jiro's Dreams of Sushi as Juan loves chicken and rice, and they take a particular scene from the eggs, how they prepare the egg sushi, beat from beat, with The Apprentice from that movie. So I'm going to say it's iconic, and I'm going to say, and I really love. And just so you guys know, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, it almost looks like a little sponge cake almost.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
With rice.
Yeah.
It's really, when I saw this and like the way they described it, it's the world's only, like at the time, 3-star Michelin star sushi chef.
Yeah.
Like it is one of my all-time favorite documentaries. All the film is appetizing. I watch this several times a year. If I need to wind down or watch something, this is what I watch.
So JD, I've never seen this, but it looks intriguing, and actually the dish itself looks very good. My question, though, is it does refer to it as tamagoyaki. Do you want me to put that as the name in the graphic, or do you want it to be grilled egg sushi to specify?
You can put that on there. That's fine. But they also call it the egg sushi.
Gotcha. Yeah, because egg sushi I was getting, but then I saw this picture and it had both egg sushi and
Yeah,
tamagoyaki.
yeah,
It looks really interesting. Yeah, I kind of
yeah,
want to try this now because when you
yeah,
said grilled egg sushi, I envisioned almost like your egg sandwich on rice. And I was like, how does
yeah,
that work? But then I realized it's like more
yeah.
of a like the egg is almost like
Yeah, it's
more
like a
fluffy.
sponge cake. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
on
cool.
rice. Yeah,
Nice. Yeah. So wow, a lot of eggs on your draft
I'm
board,
an egg
JD.
guy. What can I
You're an egg guy.
say?
Yeah. You're like oh, what's his name? Wiley Dufresne, I think the chef who loves egg. Anthony Bourdain loved egg, so
Yeah.
yeah, eggs are great. Anyone ever seen this documentary
I have
or
not seen
I
it.
have not.
Malcolm? Have you?
I've seen it once. I
Gotcha,
wouldn't
gotcha.
remember the sushi at
Yeah,
all.
it's
Listen,
very
I had to keep it interesting. I had to keep
yeah
it interesting.
yeah.
It's the
Hey,
last pick. I got to keep it
you
interesting.
went from picking food from a movie where the food is the movie, like the title, to going with an obscure egg sushi from a documentary. That's what we love about you, JD, and that's what I think is going to gain you lots of favor on this poll. So awesome! I can't wait to try that. I mean, I'm saying that as if I'm ever going to actually get to try this. Hopefully, someone I come across in my life will actually make something like this as precise as this, so I can actually see what it tastes like. Brian, you're gonna finish your draft board right now. What would you like as your final pick?
I started off with Street with the Elastic Gallstopper. I'll go end with Street, and I'll go with the Sunday from Home Alone.
Ooh, the Sunday from Home Alone. Love it.
Yes,
We're continuing along with desserts here.
yes. It could go either way. You go for the first movie where he's eating for the TV, or the second one where he's in New York. Either one, I'm okay with something graphic. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a great scene. Make it for. I'm not driving today. It's a great sequence, and I'm picking that for my last pick.
Yeah, I mean, hey, 2 Christmas desserts in this
Why not?
final round, which is fun. Yeah, I love this Sunday. I've seen pictures of it because you brought it up before the show, and it looks absolutely delicious. So,
And you could get it in New York as well when you go. You could stay at the Plaza Hotel, and then you could get it there.
wait, what hotel is it?
The Plaza.
Okay, I don't know if I can afford the Plaza, but I might stop by for a Sunday. That's for sure. I might stop
Yeah,
by
if you
tomorrow
stay in
before
the
work.
room, you could have the Sunday there. Apparently,
There you go.
when I saw
So
online.
if anyone wants to donate to the Dill Pickle Movie Network Venmo, so I can enjoy Ice Cream Sunday when I get back from vacation as a Thanksgiving treat, I would appreciate it. And I will book a room at the Plaza just to get that Sunday. Any thoughts on? I mean, another dish eaten and created by Kevin. Kevin, what are your thoughts on this Kevin's Sunday?
Well, due to personal reasons, I've learned I cannot support or rewatch Home Alone 2,
Oh, okay.
but I would say I do love the Sunday from that movie.
Gotcha. Yeah. You don't support the fact that they cast a reality television host in the
No,
the
not that.
elevation.
It's more of the name.
Kevin.
Yeah, because from when my parents told me, that's where they got my name from. Because
Oh.
I was born some weeks after the movie came out.
Oh,
So,
very
Kevin,
interesting.
question: did they ever forget you at home when you go on vacation?
No, they don't. They never forget me.
No, you're the first person they think of.
Yeah.
They make sure you're the first on their list before the luggage. They're like, do we have Kevin? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I thought you were referencing the Trump cameo.
Oh no, everything with that I tell people with that story. I'm like, it's not because of that.
Gotcha.
That's more of a quick blink.
Yeah. So JD, I know you hate the other Christmas dessert that I drafted. What do you think of the Home Alone Sunday?
I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, I love Home Alone.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of it's kind of a Christmas. I mean, it technically takes place before the holidays, but it's like in between the holidays. So it's like it's that gray. As I was a kid, that was that gray area. So it's like not really like Nightmare Before Christmas was another rare Christmas movie.
And it's not like dealing with like Santa or anything like that. It's
Exactly.
just it's a home invasion or like a hijinks slapstick comedy set on Christmas. Yeah. So Malcolm, any thoughts on this one? The Sunday from Home Alone?
Yeah, I mean, I already had it. It's I barely remember it, to be honest. But yeah, I already got a dessert here, so I wasn't really looking for dessert anyway.
Gotcha. So Malcolm, what are you going to finish the draft with? Then what's your final pick and the final pick of this draft?
So I've got about like many different things on here. I've got salad. I got dessert, I've got burger, I've got stew. So I'm gonna. There's a few other ones that I want to go with, but I know most people that know me know that I really love a certain franchise. But I'm not going to go for the one you think that I'm going to go for because a certain pizza pop will be upset if someone didn't draft this. I'm drafting the pizza balls from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Ooh,
And I mean, like in the MCU, there's a few good food options in there, but I think the pizza balls are the more interesting things, and it's just something that I'd love to try at some stage. Like find a recipe, and it just looks like really interesting.
Yeah.
And they're made by Bruce Campbell, so
Yeah, of
you
course.
can't go wrong.
Yeah, Bruce
Yeah.
Campbell pizza balls. I will
Yeah.
say, actually, in a Thanksgiving episode last year, Marvelous Movie Mondays, Kelsey and I actually tried some marvelous recipes, and this was one of them. We made pizza balls, and it's not going to be as good as Bruce Campbell's, but
I'll
I thought they were
taste.
pretty good. They tasted pretty good. Kelsey made them. It was nice and gooey, cheesy, tomatoey. It's exactly what you would think of pizza in ball form, kind of like a pizza roll, but a little bit different, a little doughier. We tried a lot of stuff, and since it's the last pick, I'll rattle off the other things we tried. We tried making shawarma. We tried the fondue that they try in. What movie do they eat fondue in?
Captain America, the
Yes.
First Avenger.
First
So
Avenger.
did you
That's right.
fondue?
Oh, yeah.
Did you
Yes,
fondue?
and then we did the pepper cache from Civil War, the one that Wanda and Vision are making. That was our favorite dish. It was awesome. That I almost drafted that, but I feel like no one else really knows what that is or has had that. But it's delicious, the pepper cache. And then
I was considering it.
we also had ice cream pizza from Miss Marvel. We ate that and tried it, and it
Ooh.
What
was
kind
awful.
of ice cream was it?
It was, well, she got vanilla, I got chocolate, and we each put it on a slice of plain pizza, and then we kind of swapped and tried the other one. It honestly tasted kind of like a funnel cake with tomato and cheese. So like the first bite wasn't bad because you just got the dough and the ice cream, but then once the tomato and cheese crept in, it wasn't good. But anyway, the pizza balls are great, and it's a great pick, great moment. I'm sure Pizza Papa Chad will give you his vote now because of that, which is deserved because it's great. Everyone had a great draft board. Any thoughts on the pizza balls? Anyone? Pizza time down there. What are your thoughts,
Yes.
Brian?
It was on my list actually, but
Well,
it's interesting to now hearing it. I haven't. It looks okay. So
nice. Kevin?
It's something of like I thought about thinking like would it count would it count for you like so but like yeah it's something I really would want to actually do try myself like I don't know whether it be big, small, medium.
Yeah, the ones we made were almost like donut hole size, but I feel like the ones in the
Okay.
movie are a little bit bigger, almost like a baseball, right? Malcolm, how big are they in the movie? Are they like?
I think they're relatively big, but you could hold it in your hand. So
Yeah, so something like almost like a baseball size. So that's probably really good because it's their alternative for pizza in that universe too. Like they don't
Yeah.
even have pizza to base it off of. Like that is pizza. JD, previous title belt contender. What are your thoughts on the pizza balls from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
It's a good choice. It's a good choice. I'm just trying to block my mind out of MCU right now, so MCU
Okay.
really wasn't on my list.
That's
Don't
totally
worry,
fair.
I still kind of want to look up mine too.
All right, so we're moving on now to
Meaning
we're gonna
in trip from a trivia perspective, that I
Yeah,
just
yeah. No, I know what
can't
you
think
mean.
about it. I still love the MCU as
There you
in
go.
general.
I
but
Yeah, no
I
worries.
can't think of
I want to
any
make sure that's clear. Like I was trying
I
to
got you.
diss the MCU. I'm not trying. That's not what I was.
No, I know. No, I know.
I can't think of
Yeah,
any
you're a
time
hater of
being
all things
Lavalier.
MCU.
I can't think
Even
of
though,
any-
yeah, I've been in several title contentions before, and I basically defend all those movies that you don't like, though. Yeah,
It's okay.
sure, I hate them all.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. So I'm
No,
going to recap
I know.
everyone's draft boards and then we'll get into some honorable mentions really quick. So Kevin's board is the Cuban sandwich from Chef, the Bet It All on Black garlic burger from Bob's Burgers, the breakfast from Twister, the German chocolate cake from Matilda, and Ned Flanders hot chocolate from a Simpsons movie. I have the Krabby Patty from SpongeBob, Kevin's famous chili from The Office, Clemenza sauce from The Godfather, a marmalade sandwich from Paddington, and the candy spaghetti from Elf. JD has the Ratatouille from said Ratatouille. Ratatouille, the egg sandwich from Birds of Prey, the Big Kahuna Burger from Pulp Fiction, Central Perk Coffee from Friends, and the grilled egg sushi from Jiro Dreams of Sushi. Brian has the everlasting Gobstopper from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the Feast from Hook, the Good Burger, with or without the sauce, you decide. The spinach puffs from Emperor's New Groove, Kronk spinach puffs, and the ice cream sundae from Home Alone. And Malcolm has Sam's stew from Lord of the Rings, the cheeseburger from the menu, Rachel's trifle from Friends, the 7-layer salad from How I Met Your Mother, and pizza balls from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So really quick, I'll start us off with some honorable mentions. I considered the soup from Ratatouille, but I was like, why would I draft the soup if the Ratatouille is right there? Because I feel like that's just going to steal the show. The other spaghetti options I was considering the spaghetti from Lady and the Tramp. I was also considering spaghetti tacos from iCarly.
Yes.
That was my sister's pick that she would have picked. She was really supposed to be on the draft, and so I wanted to give her that shout out. She also recommended the gray stuff from Beauty and the Beast, which is iconic. I also considered the Pollos Hermanos chicken from Breaking Bad. I considered butterbeer from Harry Potter. I considered blue milk from Star Wars. I also considered the snow cones from Monsters Inc. I always love the way they kind of just, when he starts throwing them on Sully's back, they just look really good. Mushu's kanji breakfast from Mulan always looks delicious. The animation on it always looks good. A funny pick, I thought about the overcooked turkey from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, but I wanted to keep all of mine, at least something I would eat. The pepper cash from Captain America Civil War. I thought about Denethor's feast from Lord of the Rings, that iconic shot that I told Matt I would bring up where he's biting that bloody tomato. That is one I considered. And then the final one I considered, because it always just looks so good, and I don't know why, is the pizza from Goofy Movie. Just looks so good. It just, the way it's ooey gooey, it always just looks so good. So we'll go clockwise. JD, did you have any other honorable mentions you want to bring up?
So a couple of mine got picked. So the ones that I was considering from Chef, I was considering the Cafe Du Monde beignets. That's actually a real place that you can get beignets from. But again, since the iconic dish is the corbanos, so if you're not gonna, so if I'm butchering that, I apologize. But if you're gonna go pick a dish from that, that's like kind of your thinking though of ratatouille. If you're not gonna, if the corbanos is right there, that's what you're gonna go for.
Right.
The other one, if I didn't get the Big Kahuna Burger, I would have gone for a $5 shake.
Pulp
For
Fiction,
the
yeah.
Pulp Fiction. Eat, Pray, Love. I would have gone for the cheese pizza in Naples. That always looked appetizing to me.
I've never seen that movie, but I actually went to Naples and had the greatest slice of pizza I've ever had, and no pizza has come close. So I almost kind of want to watch that movie because I'm wondering if that's the same spot I ate at, because that is the best pizza in the world is at Naples. Anyway, continue.
So, and then from the Harry Met Sally, the Delicatessen Pastrami on Rye,
Pastrami on Rye.
You Got Mail. I would have gone the Ocean Grill fried shrimp, but I just think that would have been a 2 out there, even more than the sushi thing. People don't really think about that. The Big Chill. I would have gone for the Dyer's vanilla ice cream or the pancakes. Both of those, that's the scene before where the Dyer's ice cream would be the scene before William Hurt blows up at everybody, and then the pancakes is after the big sex montage the morning after, where Joy to the World is played. I just love that movie. So those were my honorable mentions.
Nice. Malcolm, any honorable mentions for you?
Yeah, for me, like I was considering the Everything Bagel from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Like I was also considering like the Krusty Burger. One I actually thought Dylan might have brought up because I know he likes musicals. Mrs. Lover's Meat Pies from Sweeney Todd.
I only tried to draft things I would eat, so I that's why I left Mrs. Lovett's Pies off there. But that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Like I was like for my Harry Potter pick, I probably would have gone Aunt Petunia's pudding. Not a lot of the food from the books actually makes it into the movies, which is why I ultimately left Harry Potter off. Like for me, like Butterbeer, I think I don't know how if it's something that is made there or if it's just like something just a dish that exists. And then the dish that I thought JD was talking about more a more iconic thing from Friends is the moist maker or Boss's sandwich that was stolen.
Is that
and
from Friends? Is that the meatball sub or is that something different?
no, it's Ross's sandwich. It's the
Ross's
made from
sandwich,
the
gotcha, yeah,
Thanksgiving leftovers with the
Right,
turkey
right.
soaked bread in the middle.
Yeah, a lot of good Friends
And
food. Yeah.
I also
Yeah, and
eat it from Friends the turkey from the turkey where Monica wears the.
Do they ever eat it though?
I believe they technically do
I
eventually.
feel like it goes more from food to hat at that point, but that's fair. Fair.
yeah, and I mean, I was also considering the 3-course dinner gum from Willy Wonka.
Yes, the gum. All right, Brian, any honorable mentions for you?
Yeah, I have a few for Chef. I had the grilled cheese sandwich that he makes.
Mm-hmm.
I had the beignets from Princess of the Frog.
Oh, Princess of the Frog, yeah, great.
The
New
whole
Orleans.
dinner had the whole dinner scene for B2B, so would be our
Yeah.
guest scene, the beef aguchi souffle, that part.
Yeah, the be our
Big-
guest menu.
Yeah, spaghetti taco that I also have on my list.
Mm-hmm.
The feast for Shark 2, where they have like the lobster and turkey.
Shrek 2, yeah.
The pick that I thought you'd be going for the office is the pretzel day pretzel.
Yeah, the pretzel day pretzel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue milk I have on my list.
Mm-hmm. Blue milk.
The clock bucket sandwich for Jack and Cody.
Yes. Oh yeah, the cluck bucket. That's a great episode. Yep.
Yeah. Polished burger for Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm.
The Scooby-Doo sandwich where they making fun of them.
Mm-hmm.
Purple Flurp for Jimmy Neutron.
Mm-hmm.
The colored patties for SpongeBob with the green, red.
Pretty patties, baby. Yeah.
Yep. And the burger from High Mother, the one where we just film it and would all go on search for.
Yes, How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, so many burgers. We could have just drafted
Yeah.
burgers today. Wow.
Yeah.
I think did everyone get a burger?
Yep.
Kevin got Bob's Burgers. JD, you got the Big Kahuna burger.
I got the good burger.
You
with
got the
sauce.
good burger. Malcolm got the cheeseburger. I didn't get a burger.
No.
Oh, I did. I got the
you-
Krabby Patty. I got the Krabby
Yeah.
Patty.
Oh,
Yeah, you got
yeah.
the Krabby Patty.
All right, we all got it. We all got it. I mean, Krabby Patty. It could be crab. It could be meat. We don't really know, but yeah, cool. We all got a burger.
Plated.
Nice. Cool. Kevin, any honorable mentions for you? I know you were drafting off the cuff, but do you have any other ones you want to mention?
Oh yeah. I think the ultimate medium from regular show. Okay. There's several regular show ones. There was that one. The turducken from regular show, especially because their wishbone was gold, and if you actually break it, you get an actual wish, and it does come true.
Oh.
Double glazed apple fritters. From Simpsons. The all syrup Slurpee. Okay, it's a bit of an unhealthy one, and that's Homer's patent moon waffle.
Yep.
And of course, Lard Donuts.
Yes, the donuts from Simpsons, of course.
From Parks and Rec, JJ's Waffles.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I think that was about it.
Yeah, I also
could have thought of.
I also wanted to bring up because I just assumed someone in the chats mentioned the menu, so I was like, oh, there's probably gonna be a lot of those, so I didn't put any of them on our list. But the human s'mores is iconic as well.
So that was another option that I had.
Yeah, so all the stuff from the menu is really good, but I think the cheeseburger Malcolm got to the best one first.
Oh,
Correct. That's it. Said it's the same thing for you. Again, the same thing about Ratatouille. Yeah, it's the same thing.
I think I'm also to say.
Yeah, Kevin.
I think there too. From Futurama, Slurm.
Okay.
Yes.
The dinners I think Elzard makes, especially the one made from the
jerk chicken or something.
No, it was from the Iron Chef one where they competed when they had to make food from Soylent Green.
Oh, poplars! Don't forget poplars.
Oh, and poplars.
This is all like new lingo to me.
Another one I have, but I will mention the Pierce Carpentine sandwich.
Gotcha. All right.
With the Cadbury egg.
Yeah. So there we go. A lot of different foods from movies and television. Really great panel here today. You can find all these guys around. They all compete in Marvel trivia, but they're also elsewhere. Malcolm's at Take 3. JD's here a lot of the time. I'll let you all plug yourselves. Why not? We have time. Kevin, where can they find you?
Okay, you can find me on Instagram and also Threads as Darkman19. You can find me on twitch.tv/Darkman119. I shouldn't even plug Twitter.
Eh,
I mean,
It,
X.
if for some reason you can find me on the social media site formerly known as Twitter as at Blue Lantern 18.
cool. Well, thank you so much. And Brian, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me appear to be her network sometimes. Even though this episode's be on the 2006 championship. If it airs, it'll be on this episode. Could be I appear. I'm going to be on Red Cup on Sunday. Talking about top 12 voice performances in DreamWorks animated movies.
Nice.
Lifestyle trivia. I compete there, and overall the PS Co hosted by JPO.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, Brian, for being on. Great guest as always. Malcolm, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Tape Free Productions, where I host Rankum every Sunday. Not too sure when this is going to be dropping, but
This is
Yeah,
dropping
next episode.
Thanksgiving morning. So
um, so so last Sunday we did voice acting performances in DreamWorks Animation.
And last time we did
So,
the championship for 2006.
yeah. But and you can also find me popping up on Full Metal hosting trivia matches, and all over the place on tournament fights and all that.
awesome. Thank you as always, Malcolm and JD.
When I do occasionally bother to put myself through the torture of social media, you can find me at my handle at JD Domash. I'm always around here on Dill's channel, as they said, doing trivia. I also do Inner Geekdom trivia occasionally on the Jack of All Trades
Same here.
channel. I occasionally appear. Sorry, just a long day.
You're good.
Appear on Malcolm's channel, doing Rankum, and I'm also at this point will be a week removed from reviewing the Marvels on his channel,
Nice.
and then just
Cool.
till next
Cool
time. See you at the Cinema Italiano, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. And at the time this is airing on Monday, the Monday following this is JD. You have a trivia match for our tournament coming up, so stay tuned for that. And then Malcolm, your match is coming, I believe, either the week after or the week after that. I don't know. I have a lot of matches.
Is it double header on Monday or next week?
It's not a. It's a doubleheader and a Loki review. So we're giving you 2 videos, 2 matches, and a video. It's going to be great. Actually, no, that was Monday. This next upcoming Monday is a doubleheader. I can't tell you exactly what's what. I still have to figure out iron it out like Iron Man himself. But thank you guys so much. And again, we do have a poll. It should be live now. We're at the hour and a half mark. It should have just dropped now. The poll to vote for a winner for this draft. Now, keep in mind, if you were on this draft, the 5 of us here, we cannot vote for our own. We have to vote for someone else's. I will not say who I'm voting for yet because I don't know yet. But you can vote for one of the other ones. And everyone watching here, head to the Facebook group, the Dyl Pickle Movie Network. The description should have the link down there where you can vote for your favorite of these 5. And once again, because I forgot to bring her up when she won her first draft, the women's draft, the women's director's draft, I'll bring her up again here. She won the horror performances draft. Stacy, our champ in MCU trivia, won the draft last month, so congratulations. And we will see you all next month for another fun draft, maybe 2 drafts. I don't know, popular demand this Christmas time draft, so we might see 2 drafts next month. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye.